what? Just... Cheers to Joe Biden for being the 46th President of the United States, and cheers to us, a bunch of depressed queers who were so obnoxiously irritating about Dean and Cass being gay for over a decade that we bullied the supernatural writers into making it canon, lest they incite civil unrest. More civil unrest. So today I'm doing the video that I never expected to film. I'm gonna react to the Destiel scene. I haven't seen the actual thing yet. I've seen GIFs, I've seen the memes, the top quality memes, but I haven't actually watched the scene itself yet because I wanted you, my sweet, sweet viewers, to see my genuine first time reaction. Oh boy. Gay Changeling found it for me on Twitter, so thank you very much to them. By the way, I'm coming into this with less than zero context. I haven't actually properly watched Supernatural since about season 8, apart from like a month ago where me and Ellie and my boyfriend sat down and just binge watched the entirety of season 7. Don't ask. Regrets happened, decisions were made, too many unnecessary dick jokes were heard. Right, okay, are we prepared? Are we ready? Bitch, I've been ready for 7 years, let's go. Okay.
Took that burden. The price was my life. The price was my life. When I experienced a moment of true happiness, the empty would be summoned and it would take me forever.
Standard Supernatural, okay.
Why are you telling me this now? I always wondered, ever since I took that burden, that curse, I wondered what it could be, what my true happiness could even look like. And I never found an answer. Because the one thing I want, something I know I can't have. But I think I know. I think I know now. Happiness isn't in the having. It's in just being. It's in just saying it. What are you talking about, man? I know how you see yourself, Dean.
Yes, tell him.
You see yourself the same way our enemies see you. You're destructive, and you're angry, and you're broken, you're daddy's blunt instrument. And you think that hate and anger, that's what drives you, that's who you are. It's not.
Tell him. Tell him.
And everyone who knows you sees it. Everything you have ever done, the good and the bad, you have done for love. You raised your little brother for love. You fought for this whole world for love. That is who you are. You're the most caring man on earth. You're the most selfless, loving human being
Tell him.
I will ever know.
Oh my god. What? Okay, right, hang on.
Ever since we met, ever since I pulled you out of hell, knowing you has changed me. Because you cared. I cared. I cared about you. I cared about Sam. I cared about Jack. But I cared about the whole world because of you. You changed me, Dean.
Oh.
Why does this sound like a goodbye? Because it is. I love you. I'll be this kid. Yes. Goodbye, Dean.
straight into super hell. That's gay. He's crying. Is that how the episode ended? Oh my god. I'm sweating. I'm gonna need a second. Like I said, like I'd seen stills from it. And I'd seen, oh my god, he told him. That was a lot for me to process just then. Okay, let's just break this down. These are like my instant, like, first watch reactions to this scene, like, just with no context, no outside stuff, just how I feel about this scene. First of all, Misha. I thought when I saw the gifs that the acting was like really overdone, but having watched it, I don't think that. I mean, you've got to remember, like, imagine having a crush on someone for 12 years and like knowing you're gonna die and being like, you know what, bitch? Step the fuck up. I've been in love with you for years. Fucking deal with it. Oh my god. Yeah, I thought when I saw the gifts that his reaction was like really overdone, but I don't think that anymore. It was emotional, and I think the music like really helped with kind of like setting the tone for that emotion. That being said, I didn't realise, and maybe this is just because I didn't see the context of earlier in the scene, like I know that there was a person like banging on the door to try and get in, but I forgot that and just thought that someone had added like really unnecessary like boom boom moments in like this really serene emotional music, which I just didn't understand at all. I kind of felt like inadvertently they were like trying to make the scene more dramatic than it actually needed to be. Like, it was already dramatic enough to begin with, okay? It's already a lot to handle. You didn't need to add like the boom boom in anyway, you know? She could have just waited silently at the door for 2 minutes. She could have heard what was going on and been like, shit, maybe I should, I have time to, I can go for like 5 minutes and come back. They're not gonna leave. It's okay, I'm just gonna go. And her like banging on in the background, it completely distracted me from the entire scene, and like I really didn't like the way that they did that. But the music and Misha's acting and the script, what a love confession. Like, genuinely, what a love confession. Oh my god. Oh my god. I saw the memes. I've seen the memes. Jensen Ackles, you feature a lot in the memes. What did I think of Jensen's acting? What did I think of his acting? I think it's difficult because, as Ellie pointed out to me as when we were chatting about it, like, I don't know about you, but if someone revealed to me their decade-long undying love for me, I would be pretty like, what? Too. That being said, do I think maybe other factors might have played a part in how Jensen decided to act that scene? Maybe. Maybe not. We'll talk about that in a minute. Oh, the weird hand on the shoulder? What was that? I get that it's meant to be like a callback to like obviously the first episode where like Cass has his handprint on Dean's shoulder, and like I like the cinematic parallels to it, but if you've just confessed to someone that you've been in love with them for over a decade, I feel like your first reaction upon this confession wouldn't be to give them like a bro tap on the shoulder. I would have just loved, even if they didn't kiss, for Cass to just put his hands either side of Dean's face and just hold him for a second. And like Dean's eyes could have gone wide and like open, like, oh my god. And that's all I could have needed. That's all I could have needed. But instead, like, maybe it was because of Corona, but then again, they're in that room anyway, so they may as well have just touched their hands on each other's faces. That's a tiny thing that just could have improved the scene a little bit. I don't know. If you're gonna make it gay, go full homo, you know? Don't say it's gay and then don't allow them to act gay, you know? This brings us on to the point of the wider context of this scene. Because, like I said, I haven't seen this show in many, many years. I don't know the full context of what was going on in the season. I'm certainly not involved with all of like the cast drama and gossip anymore. However, I am aware of the occasional, let's be honest, slightly not great reaction that like Jensens Acting has had about fans talking about Destiel in front of him and about Dean's bisexuality. And I've seen a lot of Supernatural fans talk about how Jensens Acting was really supportive to them when they came out to him and when they were talking about being queer to him. Which I do believe, like I don't think he was lying there. However, I think there is a difference between a person who is very comfortable and happy with someone else being gay and very happy in supporting them, and quite another for Jensens Acting to be comfortable when someone else interprets his character, or as he would see it, him, as being gay in some way. I don't know. I don't know Jensens Acting. I've never had a conversation with him, but just having seen the things that I've seen, I'm gonna guess that that's maybe the case. Again, I don't know. Very, very happy to be proven wrong on this one. So maybe the fact that Dean looks like he's constipated for most of the scene, maybe it's something to do with that. But I'm going to choose to not interpret it as that. I'm going to choose to interpret it as the shock talking. So just so we're clear on that, that's the narrative I choose to accept. Also, let's just actually very quickly break down what actually is happening in this scene within the context of the season and the show as a whole. So first of all, congratulations Supernatural, you won for the quickest turnaround of queerbaiting to bury your gays I think I've ever seen. Actually, let's just take a quick timer, should we? How long does it take before that turns into that? Okay,
I love you.
1, 2, 3, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, and he's dead. He's basically dead. So congratulations, Supernatural. You did a 36-second trope turnaround. I would be crying if I didn't find that so funny. Within a wider context of the show, this is what? This is the second to last. There's 2 more episodes to go after this. Guys, I just want to talk about, what is it with showrunners thinking that whatever plot developments the audiences have been waiting years, maybe even decades for, has to happen in the proverbial last sort of 5 minutes of the show, meaning that whatever upheaval and revelations happen from these plot developments feels rushed and underdeveloped and not true to the themes or the characters of the show. Surely writers would recognise this is a stupid thing to do, and you know, they wouldn't make this mistake more than once. Surely they would learn from other people's mistakes, but I guess not, guys.
I have magic.
What's that drink? I don't know, man. There are 2 wolves inside of me right now. One wolf is the wolf from 2020. She's gay, but she's like a gay with standards. She's a gay who has had actual, properly developed queer representation on screen, like She-Ra, or Adventure Time, or One Day at a Time, or Shadowhunters, or a myriad of other shows that I probably can't remember off the top of my head. And I don't have to like fight and like pick at scraps of representation that writers like deign to give me. I don't need that anymore. I have standards, and even though this is awesome, let's be honest, like, getting one of your characters to tell the other character that they have been in love with them for over a decade and haven't done anything about it, and then have that character immediately die right at the end of the show so that they can't develop this plotline any further, and they just never have to address it, unless they do, and I really hope they do, but if they don't, I wouldn't be surprised.
Is it bad writing, or is it homophobia?
That aside, there is another wolf inside of me, and that wolf is 2012 Gemma, is 15-year-old Gemma. Oh, and that's a whole other story, man, and that's where this gets like a bit... This is where it gets a bit heavy. 15-year-old Gemma was the Gemma that was just starting to realise that she may not be straight. 15-year-old Gemma was the Gemma that felt so alone and so lacking in queer representation that I clutched onto anything I could find, anything that I thought was vaguely queer coded in any way, shape or form. I think a lot of us did, and Supernatural was a part of that. I saw the relationship of Dean and Cass and I was like, there it is, them some bisexuals. And so seeing this, I'm happy and losing my mind, but mostly I'm just happy for 15-year-old me who, even though 2020 me is like aware that it's shit representation or it could have been done better, you know what? I'm just happy for 2012 me. I'm just happy for her, because she would have seen this, and for her to see these people who she has shipped and the people who she has emotionally invested so much of herself into, to see that become acknowledged textually in canon in this way, in a way that is undeniably gay, however you wrap around it. Like, that would have meant the world to her. I totally understand why people are so mad about the way that this was done, but I also understand the people who are unashamedly so fucking jazzed, who are just, you know what, enjoying themselves for what this is, and all of us getting together on Tumblr again, partying like it's 2012 Super Hulock era. You know what, it's been like the escapism and the breath of fresh air that I really needed this year. And as a person who has been shipping these two characters for, 7, 8 years now, it was a beautiful kind of cathartic ending to an obsession in my life that is so intrinsically tied to my own sexuality. And, as a 22-year-old who now is happy with her sexuality and now has canonically queer characters to have had shipped for 7 years, that does mean something. That does mean something. I don't think this should be a celebration of the writers or the characters or the actors. I don't think ultimately this should be and is about them. For me, I see it as a celebration of us, for the fact that all of us are here still 7 years later, even though I'm gonna guess there have been times for a lot of us where being here today looked like a difficult thing to be. And yet here we are in a year that has been terrible for so many reasons. Celebrating in the most childish, wonderful way I've ever seen, and I think that's great. I raise a toast to you for being here, for bullying heterosexual writers into making their het characters gay. The world is getting better. We're gonna keep winning. We're gonna keep winning in little ways and in big ways. Happy 2020, guys. Keep mind positive and COVID negative. All right. See you guys soon. Goodbye.